Yeah, yeah. So let's start. Hello, my name is Mike. This is a webinar, and I'd like to present my team. I'm Mike Arkhangelsky. I'm head of Dubai office. With us, Nikolai Bulanov. He's a consulting director, and Prakash Verma. He is our BDM on this region. Yeah. So, Valeria. Yeah. About us and about our company. Yeah, as you know, we are ecosystem of IT products, and now I'd like to discuss and tell you a few cases about our company. So we have our headquarters in Moscow, and we have office in Dubai, in Bogota, and we opened a new office in Istanbul a few days ago. At the moment, we have more than 120 employees around the world and uh, about 70 partners. Usually we focus on enterprise level companies, and because of that, we are number one company in RPA platform in Russia. Also, about our other two products. We are top five BI system in Russia and the top five BI system in process management. Okay, next slide, please. About our clients, I'd like to tell you that we are working with methodology of digital transformation. So we have clients from different sectors like banking, like retail, like manufacture, airlines. For example, we have high level trust in government sector, working with Moscow Exchange, Moscow Stock Exchange, account chamber, and other government sectors. As you see, we have many industries, so it means you can work using our product with any clients, and we will support you. We will prepare for you cases to easy sell the product to your client. Yeah, next one, please. About our locations, now, as I discussed, we are presenting in Dubai, in Colombia, opened office in Turkey. Also through our partners, we working in Saudi Arabia, India, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, in Kuwait, Oman, Turkey, Bahrain, Egypt. So these countries in the main region, and in LATAM and APAC, we presenting through our partners in Peru, Brazil, Ecuador, Mexico, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. Yeah, and we are looking for new partners, so we are ready to work with new partners in new regions. If you want to open a new representation, for example, in other countries, it will be great to see you and work together. Okay, next one, please. About our team, I'd like to present Sergey Loshkin. It's our CEO, and Kirill Serov, our CTO, Nikolai Bulanov, Consultant Director, he's with us now, Vladimir Itkin, VP of Sales, Valentin Drazdov, he is our RPA product leader, Elena Rybkina, Head of Marketing, Mikhail Arkhangelsky, it's me, I'm Head of Office in Dubai, and Prakash Verma, our BDM. So, for this slide, I'd like to tell you that we are open to discuss questions and for new suggestions. We are ready to make a meeting with you to discuss any of your questions and help you to understand how to use our software. You can call to anybody from our company. We are open. what makes our stand out. So, as you understand, we are focused on cybersecurity, and we are thinking about more easy implementation of our software. So, using our software, you can achieve high ROI, for example, and we can give you support with our team. You can ask any questions. You can receive high-level support from us because we are interested to grow in this market and work hand by hand with our partners. Yeah, thank you. Next one. Also, I'd like to announce that a few weeks ago we had a meeting with our president. So now the government has priced us, and it shows our maturity of our product. So we have support on the government level now in Russia, and also we have supports from our mainland in international levels. Yeah. As you know, many partners were in our conference. We were in Capsat in Dubai in May. Also, we were in Seamless conference in Dubai in May 2023. We were in JITEX Morocco in June 23, and we will present in JITEX Dubai at the end of this year. So we are open to this region. We would like not only be alone on our conference, we'd like to call and invite our partners to make collaborations, to make marketing activities together in different regions. Yeah, thank you. And now I'd like to give the microphone to Nikolai Balanov, our consulting director.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for the really good introduction. Hello, everyone who is listening us live, and hello, everyone who is listening us in recording in the future. My name is Nikolai. I'm a consulting director in PIX. And today I would like to tell you a little bit more about our ecosystem, how our products work together, and how new features, including artificial intelligence, has been already implemented in our ecosystem and how you can use it from today. Let's move to the next slide, please. So firstly, I would like to say that we do have three different products combined by one idea of digital transformation and process management. So firstly, on your right-hand side, you can see this funny green cycle, which are called PIX PM, and PM stand for the process management. It's where our process journey usually begins. This is the solution that helps to describe all the processes, to find new opportunities using task mining technology, and also to analyze all the processes within your client's organization using process mining. So in the nutshell, it's a solution that helps to describe all the processes, to analyze them, and to make the conclusion what to do next. The second solution is PIX RPA, which are our main and core product in our portfolio. You can see it on the left-hand side in the green cycle. It's our robotic process automation product, which definitely stand out with the different from different products, mainly based on the security and return on investment that client can get implementing our software. And it contains different models. Basically, it's our studio, the platform when you can create your automations. Then robots, the utility that you can run, create it in the studio automations. And finally, it's a master, which basically an orchestrator to orchestrate all the activities. We also do have machine learning and OCR. I will speak about this a little bit later. And we also have a converter with a simple solution which help to convert the processes from different international vendor to our software. And about this, my colleague Prakash tell you based on the specific cases in the case part. And finally, all the data that has been collected and automated are visualized using our third product, PIX BI, which is really good, best in the class BI solution, helps to create graphs and to visualize all the data. So in the end of the day, all our products help to make conscious decision based on data, so-called data-driven approach. Let's move to the next slide. However, sometimes it's not necessary to start from start until to end, to start with the PM, because we provide cross-product digital transformation mode, which stands for it doesn't really matter what product are you using or your clients are using now. All the products combined together from the different stages. Let's imagine that you start your practice only with RPA. And in the beginning, you have to describe and design the processes that will be automated afterwards. And it's not a secret that not all the processes are suitable for automation here now. And some of them will remain storing in the somewhere of your client's organization. So this is the first step, how you can create the repository of all the processes and using our PIX process management solution. Vice versa, you can start with describing and designing the processes first, then make your analysis based on your findings and make the conscious decision to optimize the processes using our RPA. This solution can provide the fastest and easiest way to help business users here and now, and not let them wait until the core automation team will start and add the task in the backlog. And finally, it doesn't really matter where you start and what stage of digital transformation are you now, but you need to visualize all the data and you need to analyze all the data. And here you can use our PIX BI solution in any step of your digital transformation process or your client digital transformation process, which make our solutions a really reliable tool. And it's not a revolution, it's more like evolution. When you step by step add new processes in your process repository, automate more and more tasks using our RPA, and made all the decision based on the real data rather than some human decisions, which end up in the full automation and how we see digital transformation. Next slide, please. And obviously, nowadays, it's impossible to provide a really good product in any aspects of operational excellence without help of artificial intelligence, including machine learning, IDP, etc. So here we are on the frontier of this digital transformations hype, and we provide as known as hyper automation capability. A little bit of theory. Hyper automation was firstly introduced by Gartner when they say that RPA next step of evolution is including machine learning and artificial intelligence, not just for execute manual processes, but also for decision making, for work with document and other top-notch technologies. And here we're happy to announce that our solution already now has more than 10 machine learning activities already inbuilt in our solution. So I would say you can download the newest version, open it, and already have the access to powerful machine learning modes. Firstly, our machine learning can provide classification based on the different data that income to the work stream, and then our machine learning activities will classify them based on the properties that has been provided. Secondly, it has a very powerful tool for prediction. Let's say you can upload all the historical data of your data entry, let's say, or your stakeholder decision-making process, or some invoices that you collected during the years, and our machine learning activity will predict the probability of the solution. So these can make our PA really decision makers instead of just do it. The third one is GDP capability. I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with GPT, and we here inbuilt the GPT capability in all our products. In RPA, I will tell a little bit later in more details. In process management, our GPT capability can draw the processes based on the natural language description and convert processes across different notations. And in our BI solution, you can type the request not in the SQL language or other programming language, but you can make it in the natural language, and then the solution automatically will create dashboards based on your natural language request. And last but not least, we support vector databases as well. Okay, when we want to look in details on our RP AI capability, firstly, it's inbuilt intellectual chatbots. What are standing for? You can, or your client obviously can, take their knowledge based, and it doesn't really matter what kind of knowledge based. If it's a, let's say, law firm, they can upload their law cases and call it a law cases database. If it's, let's say, airlines, they can upload all the guidance in the so-called knowledge base, and then our artificial intelligence engine will use it to reply in the form of the chatbot to any request. In our cases, let's say you have a client in a manufacturing where their production process is very strict. Moreover, some employees, honestly speak, most of the employees who doing the work, how I call it, hard work, let's say in the metal production or any other manufacturing, they don't have access to the computers. So they can open their mobile phone and they type in the chat some question regarding how they should do this or that part, how they should do maintenance. And based on your client's knowledge base, our chatbot will reply simultaneously with the best solution based on the data provided by the client. And it's really easy to do and really powerful tool compared with the old-fashioned chatbot that you need to create the whole tree of conversation. Here is as simple as just press a few buttons and let artificial intelligence works for you. The second part of our RPA hyper automation capability is auto selectors. If you are familiar with the RPA robots deployment, a lot of time I usually spend on creating so-called selectors. Basically speaking, to show the robot how to click the element and what the elements should be clicked, what the buttons and fields, etc. However, with our AI capability, the developer doesn't need anymore to set up complicated properties of each UI element. Instead, he or she just selected an element, and our AI capability will automatically create all the properties and make the UI element crystal clear for robots to work with. And finally, we offer auto GPT capability. Basically, it's when the robots build robots. It's the opportunity to type into natural language. Natural language, it's a language that we are speaking now. how they call it, the human language. They, I mean the robots. Yes, we have a machine language and you have a human language. And using the human language, you can easily type, let's say, create a process of invoice processing. And then the solution automatically, based on the software that you are using or your clients are using, will create the skeleton of the process. And then your developers just need to lightly polish it, and it's ready to go to production. Obviously, nowadays in the big enterprise clients, and our main clients are always big enterprises, the documents that circulating around their operations are pretty huge. Usually it's invoices, it's purchase order, it's sales order, it's a lot of tables and documents that has to be used for automation. And previously, we using some third-party OCR, then bots verified with the human via emails, and not all of the document could have been recognized. So honestly, it was a big headache to use document within the RPA process, but not anymore. Now you can use our artificial intelligence intellectual document processing, which shortly is AI IDP solution, to extract data and compare with our colleagues from different vendors. You don't need to create templates. Templates in the past, forget about that. All you need is to show the scan copy or the image of the document to our IDP solution, and then artificial intelligence will automatically extract the necessary data points. Let's say you need the address of the client. You don't need to show where the address of the client located on the paper piece, on the piece of paper, because as you know, invoices, they usually have the different structure, and sometimes the address, for example, can be on the top right corner, sometimes in the bottom, etc. However, with our solution, you just type, please extract client address, and then the artificial intelligence will do all the magic. Secondly, it's always natural language support. So artificial intelligence, it's all about natural language. You don't need to know and to do the IT request to use it. Not anymore, because what the point to be intelligence if it cannot speak, right? So that's why you can do the request of data extraction from the documents using the simple human language. And finally, our IDP solution can work with a structured document, with a semi-structured document, and with unstructured document. Structured document is easy to understand. Is the, let's say, invoices that have the strict structure. Semi-structured documents, let's say it's a contract with your supplier, which obviously divided by different parts and chapters. However, what in this chapter, in what the chapter order is over the difference. So we call it semi-structured document. And finally, our IDP can work with unstructured. Let's say it's a mail, the natural mail on the paper, if you remember what is it, from your clients with some regrets or some suggestion regarding the improving of your product. This can be right in any form, and our intelligence IDP can easily understand what the tone of the language and what exactly he or she offer you in this letter. Let's move to the IDP in more details, because let's next slide. To the IDP for the more details, I know that document processing is the big thing in the corporate automation. So we have the whole process of document processing. It's pre-processing of the document to remove any noises from the picture, to do the color correction, to increase the contrast, etc., etc. After that, our solution are able to classify the document, which means that you can upload the whole bench of documents in one piece, and then solution will classify it automatically. Then we can see the data extraction magic based on the different OCRs engines, including our own developed OCR. with machine learning and natural language processing, we extract the necessary data that we need. After that, any data can be verified based on some rules contained in our solution. Let's say we take the address, so it should have the city name, country name, the index number, etc. Or let's say the tax number of the client, which have the particular length of numbers. And finally, if we work with a big number of documents and we need to check them periodically, we can add some human control capability, which simply the human in the loop. So when some data are not exactly correct, it can bring human on board to ask what exactly should I do, or how exactly should I interpret this piece of data. And all these IDP solutions are available in our software. So even now, you can use some of these pieces. Other pieces will be added in a very short time period. Next slide, please. And guys, this is all from my side. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to type them in the chat and we will answer a little bit later. And now I'm happy to give the mic to my friend and my colleague, Prakash. Prakash, please, it's your time.
Thanks, Nikolai. Hi, everyone. My name is Prakash Verma. I am working as a business development manager. And today I will be telling you about the case study which we have recently deployed. Valeria, could you just so we have done many implementation in a different segment, but I have shortlisted a few cases which will be helping you in a Middle East market plus Asian market, because if I will be telling you all the cases, it will be taking maybe 1 or 2 days, and I really appreciate your precious time. So I have shortlisted these cases. So the first case is from the Akhtar Bank. It is one of the largest bank in Russia, which is having more than 400 branches in Russia and in different countries as well. So before the introduction of RPA in a bank, they were doing all the tasks manually, such as customer service, credit card processing, loan disbursement, client onboarding, opening an account or closing an account, like almost all the tasks which bank can do. So bank employee, they were doing manually. So initially, they thought, their IT department, they thought to have an RPA. So they started to automate few processes using UiPath. So they liked the work and they understood the value of RPA implementation. So they opted a full scale implementation of UiPath. So when they used all the services, everything worked perfectly. Then in 2019, when America imposed the sanction in Russia, UiPath had to stop working with us. So at the same time, Akhtar Bank started to look for an alternate option, a reliable and scalable RPA platform, which can also automate the all processes, same like UiPath. So in first stage, we started migrating some processes from UiPath to PIX. We, as Nikolai already mentioned, that we have our own product called PIX Converter, which can migrate all the processes from UiPath to PIX without rewriting the script or the project. So when we migrated the process at the first attempt, we got the accuracy of 90%. So all the processes from UiPath to PIX migrated. And the rest 10%, which was not migrated, we have done it manually because in UiPath, they have the activities under some other name. And here at PIX, we have the same activity under some other name. So that was the problem. And it took us maybe 10 to 20 minutes to resolve the issue. Then in second attempt, we have migrated all the processes, including 400 plus bots. And when we were doing this task, at the same time, we were teaching to the bank employees and we requested them to uh, enroll themselves in our PIX Academy, where they learn the basic and advanced courses of our PIX tool, PIX Studio and PIX Master. And they did not stop there. they wanted to learn more. So we taught them about our other software like process management, process mining, and task mining. So when we have implemented 400 plus robots in a bank, they, as you know, in a bank, if you want to work in a banking industry, you have to opt new services and new products to stay in a first position. So whenever bank tie up with third party companies or the application provider, they want to automate those processes also. So that time they have a bulk of data which they put in a repository, and they wanted to understand like what else process they can automate using those data. So for that, their employee used the tool like process mining, task mining, and process management, and they automated those tasks as well. So this is not only we have implemented the RPA, we provided whole digital transformation for the banking system. Plus, uh, we have given the PIX BI business intelligence, where they had all the data which they put in a repository. We have done the business intelligence there. So we fetch all the data, we transform all the unstructured data into a data visualization form so that their data will be more credible and understandable. Hence, the result was 350 plus FT released and 40,000 man hours saved in a month. Could you make a next slide? And the second case, we have done the implementation for the large metal production company, where manually, when they were doing the task, they were told to all the employees, whenever they complete any task, they have to generate a report and attach a file. And if they need any certificate, they have to log in into their system and put all the information, and the information was bypassing through the supervisor. So when they were doing this task, that was error prone and time consuming. Sometimes they were raising a request, I need this document, and that was going to the supervisor, and supervisor fetching the detail from the ERP system. So that was time consuming. So they wanted to opt an RPA solution. So we created a chatbot where all the employee just needed to log in to their device and go to the messenger, and our chatbot fetching the detail from each employee and their credential like name and ID. And whenever those employee completing the task, or they needed any document such as any certificate or the step they have completed, they need some material, they can raise all the request on a messenger and a chatbot fetching all those details and putting into SAP system and forwarding the whole information to the supervisor also. So that was time saving and error free. And hence the result was indirect reduction of labor intensity and 76 FTE released and 15% reduction of time spent on application in the system and 15% reduction of supervisor response. Next slide, please. And this is the third implementation which we have. As you know, the reconciliation process, it is one of the most common and most complex process in almost all the industries such as manufacturing, retail, FMCG, or e-commerce. So in a large pharmaceutical company, they had branches in many countries. So they were getting invoices in a multiple format from the different vendor all around the world. So the employee, when they were getting the invoices in their email, they were fetching all the data from those invoices and putting into one system. Plus, sometimes they were receiving the invoice in a hard copy form. So they had to scan it and place it in a same place where they have put the invoices which they received from the email. So after putting that there. They were fetching the data which needed and putting into the ERP system of the company, plus reconciling it with the bank statement. So it was time taking and error prone process. So when we introduced our RPA in their system, what we have done, we have created a chatbot, plus we have made automation along with the OCR, where a bot login into the system and login into their email using SMTP and IMAP, fetching all the information from the invoice and placing the information on a system, plus at the same time fetching all the details from the invoice which they got into the scan form and putting it to the same place. And then when we have done the automation using machine learning and AI, it was fetching the detailed information which we needed to put into the ERP system to match with the bank statement. So it was easier to fetch all the details and transfer it to the supervisor, and that was error-free. Hence, the result was improvement in the reconciliation accuracy and 97% manual work reduction and 50 plus full-time employee released and 70% improvement in the process turnaround time. So that's all about the cases. And I would also like to highlight about the PIX Academy, which I mentioned earlier. So, am I able to share my screen?
About PIX Academy, we have a slide later.
That's all about the cases then.
Yeah, thank you, Prakash. And at the end of our webinar, I'd like to discuss about working with partners, about partner support. Next, please. So, as usually our partners know, we have exceptional partners margin for the first year on the region. Also, we support end-to-end support to our pre-sale activities. You can invite us to your pre-sales or sales activities. We can add our technical team or sales team to your meetings. And about our synergy, we are ecosystem, so it's easy to sell our products from one vendor to a client. For example, if client already has a RPA solution, it's easy to sell him a BI system or process management system because of trust of brand or vendor. Also, we are ready to share our leads from website because we're interested in to make implementation through our partners. And the end of this slide, I'd like to add that we are a partner orientation company, and we are using works of our partners to make implementation of software. We are interested in partners who can make implementation by themselves. Next one, please. Yeah, and this is our onboarding road. So when you start, we have training. You can use our academy and knowledge base. After that, usually we have sales onboarding. After that, marketing enablement, product sessions, for example, with Nikolai Bulanov. And after that, we are ready to start be with you on pre-sale activities. Yeah, so we have through full way of onboarding. Yeah, next one. Yeah, and this is our academy website and the knowledge base website. We have we will edit on next week new courses about BI system, and I think in future time, we will add in English Academy videos of our product management. About knowledge base, we updated to English, and now we have translated all activities which you usually use to create robots. Next one. So this is all part what we would like to discuss. Before we start the question session, I'd like to tell you that you can see QR codes. For example, at the left side, you can schedule 60 minutes webinar to show demonstration of our products like RPA, OBI, or product management. Okay, so thank you for time. I'd like to hear your questions from my partners.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for your time. Nikolai, Verma also. Really, I'm so happy to see this webinar. I see how much the size of improvements you make for the AI and the invoices matter. Really, it's a great effort. And thank you. It was very helpful and lots of new information we had about your product.
Okay, thank you, Anas. And for example, we are ready to make offline meeting, to schedule offline meeting with you to show how our solution works.
Yes, sure. That would be great.
Okay, thank you. So if you don't have questions now, you can write these questions, and also you can see my email on your screen. We will send this presentation to you on email, and you can ask me any questions if you want.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Just a kindly reminder that the presentation and the records of this webinar will be sent to you shortly after we finish. Again, any questions you can ask now using your voice. You can write down there in the chat section below. Alternatively, as Mike already mentioned, please don't hesitate to write an email, and we always answer your question as fast as possible. If there are no more questions, I would like to return these 40 minutes back to business and wish you a great day. Thank you for participation.
Thanks a lot, guys, for coming up here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Nikolai. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, partners.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Anas.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.